All right, welcome back to another episode of Fully Equipped Robo Test, brought to you by Foresight Sports. And today we are showing off movable weight in a fairway wood, because a lot of people understand that movable weight in a driver is going to change ball flight. But in a fairway wood in the fitting bay, it makes a big difference as well.
It definitely does. And I mean, now that we're starting to see advancements in technology and moving discretionary weight around in a fairway wood, a 3-wood for a lot of players, really tough to hit. So I'm curious to see how much weight can we shift around to really influence ball flight. And that's why we've got Gene here.
To demonstrate this, we are using the Stealth 2 Plus titanium fairway wood. It offers the most adjustability in the market when it comes to a single movable weight in the sole. It is 50 grams. And we think about a fairway wood, a 3-wood, being about 215 grams in general. We're talking close to 25% of the mass of this entire golf club is located in one weight on the sole, which has adjustability that is, I would say, close to 2 centimeters total front to back, which is a lot.
At least. Yeah, there is a ton of versatility in this fairway wood. So I'm curious to see, with a perfect swing and repeatable swing, how much deviation do we see front to back from standard?
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we've got it set up right now, 94 miles per hour, 0 attack, 0 face angle, dead straight shot. So let's go ahead and hit this just to get an idea as what the baseline is.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go to the Foresight unit and see. We are at about 13 degrees and about 3,400 RPM of spin. Kind of a typical 3-wood. We're getting it up launch-wise, and we're getting a little bit of spin to lift so that when it lands on a green, it's gonna hold pretty good.
Sure. And I think that's the important thing too when we talk about a 3-wood from the fitting scenario. Different golfers are going to utilize their 3-wood in different ways.
Absolutely.
Some want a power club off the tee that is going to push the limits of like lower spin to get that roll, but not go as far as their driver. And as you said, coming into a green, some players might generally be players that aren't as long, use that club as an approach club.
You're absolutely right. It's what's your philosophy on your 3-wood. Just as a little caveat to this, we've done testing under 84 miles an hour. Your 3-wood's longer than your driver, unless you're playing a 13, 14 degree driver, and it's simply a function of the fact that you're getting launch and spin characteristics, so you're getting you enough lift that the ball actually goes further. So if you're a slower swinging player, and how many times have you heard that? I hit my 3-wood the furthest than my driver. Well, it's usually because you're swinging less, and it's helping you along the way.
Yeah, I think it's a cool way to demonstrate this, and this is already like a fairway that's really built for distance. Absolutely. So now it's really built for fine tuning now.
As we shift that weight back away from the face, also going to make that golf club a little more forgiving.
Yes.
So moving CG away from the face, higher launch, more spin, more forgiveness.
To my eye, that seemed higher.
That definitely looked higher. Let's go to the numbers. Oh yeah, we increased launch angle by 1 degree.
Okay.
We actually decreased spin by 300 RPM.
Decreased spin by 300 RPM.
Decreased spin by 300 RPM. So we got the ball up in the air due to launch angle, but the back CG actually helped decrease spin.
I think the fairway wood has such a low center of gravity that where, you know, I didn't expect to see that, but we did get the increased launch, which I think is really important here. So when players are playing with these weights and really dialing it in from a fitter's perspective, you have the independence of the loft versus the weight adjustment. And then when you put them together, you have all of this fine tuning built in, which is essentially the same amount of adjustment as a driver.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in a lot of cases, with that amount of weight, you get more opportunity to fine tune launch characteristics with 50 grams.
Oh, absolutely. You don't get that with the driver for the most part. Let's take a look at it forward.
Just like we see with drivers that have that forward center of gravity, it helps increase ball speed.
Sure.
Because of the way where it is located in the head. So for players that are looking for essentially like a little rocket fairway wood.
Oh yeah, that was much more.
That came out low.
We're back down to 12.7, 2,800.
Wow.
So, and let me just see, drum roll please, increase 1 mile an hour ball speed as well.
Okay.
Yeah, which makes sense. All we're doing here is we're affecting the CG location, and in doing so, we're changing the launch as well.
This is where when you're at home and you're looking at the opportunity you have within your golf bag when it comes to adjustability, and we get the question all the time, how much does it really make a difference? Well, if we started at 3,400 RPM in the standard setting, that wasn't even all the way back, we move it all the way forward, we've dropped spin by over 500. That's 15% reduction, 20, almost 20% reduction in spin with a fairway wood by only adjusting the mass. We haven't even used the loft sleeve when we're going through this. We're trying to eliminate variables to see that ball flight. And all three of us here, we didn't need that thing to see that weight forward and just have it fly out really flat. So when you're home and you're trying to figure out what you're going to use your fairway wood for, what you need it for, this gives you the opportunity to do it. So if you have something that has adjustable weight, use it.